Come hang out with me while we do some pre-fall nails. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Okay, here's what I've got on my nails right now, which is actually really cool. I have press-ons with nail polish and then a gel top coat over top. These have been on for a while, and this is what I love about press-ons. You can keep them looking so fresh, and they look amazing until you're ready to take them off, which is easy. I like to trim them down like this so they're nice and short, and then add some oil to lift off the glue. Now, normally I'll use oil just to moisturize my cuticles. That doesn't necessarily interfere with your manicure, but if you lift the sides gently, that oil can seep in and then loosen the bond of glue. Don't just rely on oil because you'll have to really press to get these off. Instead, take a little bit of warm water, put some dish soap in, and then stick your fingers inside. As the oil and the soap interact with the heat, this whole manicure is coming off quick. Now let's do this manicure. I'm going to start with a tiny little buffing block for every manicure that has popped off really quick. If you haven't added this as a step in your prep, I highly recommend doing it because frankly, they really just aren't going to stay on if the nail is smooth, no matter what glue you're using. A little bit of grit, and this is the most gentle little buffing block. It barely does anything, but it does just enough to keep the manicure secure for 2 weeks. Another essential step, you can't skip this. Use a prep, which is really just bottled rubbing alcohol or straight up rubbing alcohol, which is what I do because it's cheaper. This is going to dehydrate the nail plate and remove any oils that are laying on top. These two prep steps, they're going to make sure that the nails stay on until you want to take them off. Now, I want to do a French gradient look, like French manicure, but gradient style, and I'm going to use the Saviland 12-piece airbrush kit. Using the light nude and also the white, I'm going to create a gradient that's actually really simple. I'll do one color at a time, starting with this peachy nude color. It's really pretty. Normally, in order to do airbrush nails, you have to take a gel polish and dilute it with something like acetone or rubbing alcohol, but these are ready to use. I'm going to protect my hands with some gloves, and then I'm also going to use a little bit of liquid latex around the fingers to make it easier to do cleanup afterwards. Now I'm ready. I'm going to spray, really holding it still on each finger, starting with the index, and slowly watch the color go onto the nail. The machine is doing all of the ombre for me. But in order to make sure I get the sidewall of the nail, I'll rotate a little bit to make sure the color gets fully applied. This peach backdrop is so subtle and it blends into the gradient of what's underneath the nail, which is just natural nail coloring underneath the press-on. And then if I just gently touch the edges of these nails with some white, I get this really bright tip that fades into a neutral nude base towards the cuticle. Quite quick and really pretty. All I need to do is seal these off for shine using a top coat. These airbrush colors act like a gel polish in the sense that they'll stay sticky until you put a top coat over them. Then the last step is cleanup. This is my first time using liquid latex to protect my fingertips, and I think it is very helpful and kind of fun. Here is the finished look. What do you think of these nails? Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below and I will try to answer those. I hope that you enjoyed this video and I look forward to seeing you in my next one. Love you. Bye.